Last week, we had a crushing loss on a failed two-point conversion at the very end of the game to a division rival, the Miami Dolphins. Can't be too hard on ourselves, though. That guy was one of the most explosive offensive players in our league. And this week, we're taking on the undefeated 2-0 Pittsburgh Steelers in Gillette Stadium. Let's see if we can bounce back and get a dub. All right, boys, we also have a receiver breakout here. We're in the coach's office. I feel like this might be Kyle Williams. Stephon Diggs is obviously 31 years old. I don't know who else it would be. Maybe Booty. We used him in the middle of our trips formation, though. Not really a guy we throw the ball to a ton. Williams on the outside does get the ball a lot, especially if my opponent. It is Booty. Wow, I was completely wrong. Kayshon Booty, the young wide receiver from LSU, who has really emerged as the Patriots' top target in real life, gets a chance here. I probably shouldn't have skipped because I don't know what I'm actually supposed to do now. I don't know what my objective is. Or is this a game to go up to Superstar? Let's actually take a quick look. Okay, so Booty is only normal dev. So a chance to go up to Star Dev. I mean, that's cool for, a young 23-year-old wide receiver. But I feel like him not being Star to begin with, because he had a great season for us last year as well in real life. Obviously a little bit disappointing, but we'll take any upgrade we can get. All right, so we're going to have to deal with a pretty damn good defensive line here. I see three X factors: Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith. I just got done watching the Steelers play Joe Flacco and the Cincinnati Bengals. I almost said Cleveland Browns. They got carved up. I don't feel like any player on the Steelers defense should have any type of abilities with the way they played tonight. I mean, they got mauled. Kyle Williams might be open on the outside. I'm going to lob it to Booty and do a little swerve action here. I thought we may have had a chance on the outside, but with Ramsey having abilities and Booty having a dev game, I thought, why not just lob it up with the most accurate deep passer in the NFL at the moment, Drake May, to Booty on the seam. A beautiful little swerve right there as well. We're on the board 7-0 early, gentlemen. Let's see if we can get a stop here. All right, this guy's actually rocking Will Levis at quarterback. No Aaron Rodgers. Trying to develop somebody young. Will Levis is crazy, though. What team is Will Levis on in real life? Is he the backup for the Titans? Is he Cam Moore's backup? I actually have no idea. This Steelers offense is going to be pretty good in this game, though. Obviously, DK Metcalf going to be one of the better wide receivers. He's tall, incredibly fast. They got that 6'7" tight end, Darnell Washington, Caleb Johnson, the young rookie at running back as well. He goes high ball over the middle there to the super tall tight end. Thankfully, it's overthrown, though. All right, I'm going to run a little match coverage here on 3rd and 7. I'm going to user schooler the 3-rec here. I think that vert hook is going to match. I'm going to be honest, I don't really face a lot of tight open, so I'm not really sure what my match defense is going to do. Gonzo there, opportunity to make a tackle short of the marker. Unfortunately, he doesn't. No huddle as well. I probably should move Gonzo up top and then play probably Woodson at outside corner. I run mostly zone. I run pretty much only zone, so there's no real reason to have Gonzo at corner. With deep zone KO, mid zone KO, and then pick artist as his abilities, he definitely belongs up top. So let's do that. I'll play the youngster Alex Austin on the outside for now. It's a little bit better of a fit than, Craig Woodson, our young safety. I got to find a spot for him as well, though. In real life, he's actually pretty incredible. The young guy out of Cal has been starting at safety all season long, been holding his own. Actually been playing really well, to be honest, really regardless of his age or his experience. And I almost get back to that. Alex Austin forces the breakup. But Kyle Duggar, in game is just going to be a little bit better. I think he's taller, a little bit faster as well, better stats in general, despite not being as good, unfortunately, in real life. But an opportunity here, hopefully to move him behind schedule. I'm looking for some pressure, and I almost had a really nice switch stick off the rip to maybe jump that. Missed opportunity. But I'm noticing right away my opponent is definitely throwing this running back wheel a ton. So I'm going to start shading outside and then stemming my hook curl down from the linebacker on the running back side as well. There it is again. And then he goes post over the middle. Gonzo lights up with the KO, but doesn't knock it out. They definitely nerfed KOs this year. They definitely nerfed him. I mean, they nerfed him last year, and I think they made him even worse this year. I think Gonzo honestly might he might be wasted on my team. I feel like he'd be really good if you threw like one step ahead on him and deep route K. Yo, McCollum, the free agent signing before the start of the season, makes a big time play right there. Although, to be honest, that was kind of a gift from my opponent. But would you guys hate me if I traded Gonzo? I mean, Gonzo is one of my favorite players in real life. Like, he's awesome. But if I'm not running man coverage, I'm just not really sure he fits what I'm looking for, man. Like, to be honest, he would really be my only valuable trade piece. I'm looking for some superstar edge rushers or defensive tackles to get more pressure, especially on people like the Miami Dolphins. Like a player like that guy was incredibly tough to stop. I can't blitz him. I really have to rely on my pass rush to get any type of pressure, right? Because if I blitz, again, we talked about it last week, but Tyreek Hill, A-Chain, like, they're just going to blow by me. And that's not the only team that has a lot of speed. The Kansas City Chiefs, another team with some really fast wide receivers that we could see, you know, really at any time in the postseason. And I'm already thinking that far down the line. I'm thinking about our second matchup with our division rival, the Miami Dolphins. So I'm thinking about maybe making a trade, and Gonzo, again, would really be one of my only valuable trade pieces. We're going to have Diggs here on the post out of the break. Let's see if he can get loose. He's not getting caught. Joey Porter Jr. has no chance. And Stephon Diggs finds pay dirt. We're up 14-0, boys, on the 2-0 Pittsburgh Steelers. We're looking good to start here. I feel like with the spot Metcalf is in, offset, you know, off the line, I don't really have to worry about, especially from a compressed formation like this, I don't have to worry about him burning over top on a streak. You know, if he cooks me on a post, you know, against my mass coverage, somehow breaks it over top, I'm totally fine with that. But I can definitely press my defense every play here, drag my safeties up a bit as well, just to really prevent any type of quick seam from the tight end, or I believe that's Roman Wilson, number 10 over there. Let's just guard Metcalf on the drag. The other drag is absolutely blanketed. McCollum had a chance right there to make a play, but unless my opponent just lollipops it over the middle of the field, I don't think my 60 overall safety with probably 50 zone coverage is going to be jumping anything in the flats, considering that I think 99 overall players with 99 zone in this game don't jump anything. I tried to switch stick, and I talked about it briefly at the start of the drive. DK Metcalf on a post to break match coverage. Exactly what happens right there, and he's on the board. He responds quickly. That's a good dot, good play by him. Brendan Schooler had no chance right there to catch up. He was trailing by 30 yards. All right, boys, let's keep moving here. I'm looking up the seam to Booty. Okay, that's just me forcing Booty. I'm pretty sure we already got the dev game too, so I'm not really sure why I'm doing that. That's just silly. Like, what am I trying to do here, man? Wow, just literally dumb as fuck. Just no excuse, to be honest. But it is what it is. I'm not going to get too hung up on it. We got to bounce back here, try to get a stop with the defense that hasn't really gotten too many stops so far this season. We did get a couple against the Raiders, but literally 0 last week against the Miami Dolphins. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this team, obviously, versus good offensive players and good players in general. I mean, you're really just not going to stop too many people regardless of what unit you got out there. The defense, I'm trying to send the nearest defender. Will Levis doesn't seem too terribly quick, so we don't have to worry too much about his ability to scramble, although right there he does pick up 4. I just need some type of shed, man. That's the issue with this team at the moment, is just no pressure at all from this defensive line, man. I try the stunts, no pressure. I just try everything. No pressure all day. Running back wheel develops 20 yards up the field. It's just too easy, man. Just too easy for everybody right now. Switch sticks off, Hunter Henry over top, and the clear out streak gets wide open because of it. Really nice response there. Big time play, Hunter Henry, Drake May. Connection is looking beautiful right now at the moment. There we go. Harold Landry coming in off the edge to stop the run. That is something I definitely worry about running this nickel wide formation. I'm spreading my line so that when I do in fact run stunts, you know, they have a better chance at coming in, but I mean, the issue there is if my opponent runs inside zone, we're just going to part like the Red Sea up the middle unless one of my edges comes in. In that case, Harold Landry does. So nice job by him. And I don't think he'll go back to the run here. The other thing that kind of does help versus inside zone, ironically enough, is the Texas 4-man stunt, just because the outside guys do loop in. So they'll help a little bit if they don't get blocked immediately. you know, by the tackles or maybe a tight end. Really good defense right there. We got to force the knockout. I mean, there's no way Darnell Washington is hanging on to that in traffic. Just getting hit right as he catches it. My opponent seems to be on the run pretty often here as well. I'm going to user McCollum in this case. We could definitely see an inside zone right here. So if he does go to inside zone, I'll try to see if I can shoot this backside. He's motioning over. I mean, I could definitely see this being a run. Boom. Perfect play right there with the user. He's going to no huddle as well. I'm going to contain off this right side, re-blitz this edge, shade down. Wow, Harold Landry made an awesome play, but I had a nasty switch stick on McCollum. That was 6 going the other way as well. So honestly, I feel like we got a little bit unlucky right there from Landry, you know, or with Landry forcing the knockout, but or not the knockout, the swat. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying right now. But we got the stop either way, so I'm not going to complain. Hit our flat here, Travion Henderson. I've been running mainly vertical so far, a little curl flat mixed in. I'm going to start opening up the trip set information a little bit, calling all of these other plays, attacking different parts of the field so he doesn't actually catch on defensively. Not that I really think he's going to anyway, but in the off chance he does. Let's look backside post here. Kyle Williams versus Ramsey, and Ramsey knocks it out. Tough catch for the youngster. Diggs on the slant, separation. Joey Porter Jr. is getting picked on right now. Let's go, baby. Big time pass and big time run from Diggs right there. Post route, beautiful from Diggs. The old reliable safety blanket is going crazy right now. The veteran is leading the young wide receiver unit otherwise. Big time touchdown. Beautiful pocket from Drake May, stepping up, avoiding the pressure from the edges, and delivering an absolute beam. We're up 14. We're playing good defense as well. I mean, I'm locking down this running back streak out of the backfield, forcing him to look elsewhere, and I don't think that he's capable of doing it consistently. If anything, he's going to look to this post over top if I come down to the running back streak. So that's something we're going to take note of going forward and try to bait him with the switch stick, maybe onto, you know, the safety in the middle third, come down and pick that off after initially picking up the running back streak out of the backfield with the linebacker. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. Let's see if we can actually execute it, though. Ah, there it is. I was thinking post to Washington. He has done that once or twice this game. I wasn't seeing the post from Metcalf on the backside. A chance to strike right there. I was paying attention to number 80 right there, so I fell asleep a little bit. Good play by him. Way to mix it up. And that was just a terrible route combo right there. I mean, a route combo that bad, I don't even count that as a pressure from the defensive line, which, again, we've been asking a lot of recently. Or not even really a lot. We've been asking for the bare minimum, and I'm not going to even count that because what was even supposed to get open in that situation? Let's try again here with the post. Beautiful defense. Alex Austin's got to pick that off, man. That's a book. Just throwing right into coverage recklessly. All right, let's contain off the right side again. Drag our safeties up just a little bit here. I'm going to mid-read Schooler. That way, again, hopefully he gets back to a post. I don't know if he would actually do that here, though. Duggar. Oh, man, they got to make defense a little bit better in this game. That is crazy that Roman Wilson can hang on to that, dude. I'm guessing run here. I'm going to run commit. He's going to try to clock this, which is, like, really difficult to do in this spot, but I guess he's going to try it. Call him. Come on, baby. Let's go. Burner, second time out here. He's pretty much forced to pass on 3rd and 5. I mean, I guess he's not forced to, but I'd be shocked if he didn't. So let's go ahead and stem down this hook once again. Shade outside. I'm going to play pretty aggressive here. I'll just user the safety, and he'll just throw it right at me. Kyle Duggar, man. Come on, baby. I don't know what that was. I guess he thought my user was going to come down. Maybe I did for a step or two, but then I just shoot right back up. And, yeah, just a big-time mistake from him right there. We got to pounce. We got to capitalize here before half, and we could easily run away with this one. T.J. Watt just went crazy. I'm hitting my running back out of the backfield, deep down the left sideline. Henderson wide open. Nice juke as well, up to my opponent's 41-yard line. Great play. Drag wide open. Diggs. Diggs. Come on, baby. Let's go. Post route. Pass lead down. Booty. Booty. Second catch of the game, man. Come on. Shoe clock on here as well. He really should be burning his timeouts down 14. He needs this ball back, and my goal is to not give it to him. Drake May, little juke right there. Speed boost. Fighting through possibly a couple defenders. Again, no timeout from my opponent here is a little surprising. I'm going to no huddle this and then call inside zone versus a defense with hardly anybody in the box. Hand this off. The user's able to just get right through. Again, I'm going to no huddle. I don't want to burn this last time out in case of an emergency. Let's go QB power here and try to cut this upfield. Cut it back. Nowhere to go, man. I think I got to take my 3 here. We really squandered a goal line opportunity, which is honestly something we haven't been great at all season so far. I mean, I guess we've been scoring touchdowns, but it hasn't been pretty. Usually on 3rd or 4th down. And right there, we just leave points on the board. We can't do that. We can't allow somebody to come back. I mean, route combos are just stupid. Like, he's got to drag into a slant, and he's kind of just guessing. I mean, I don't know. I guess I got to live with that, right? Like, I don't know. It's kind of pissing me off. Is that wrong for me to say? But, like, how does that work right there? That's such a stupid route combo, and then he just goes right back to it. And then challenges Austin, who's been having a pretty nice game for us on the outside. He did drop that pick on the wheel earlier that I'm still a little bit mad at him about. But, again, for a guy who's getting his first start on the season because, again, we moved Gonzo back up top, I feel like he's done a pretty tremendous job. And you know who else is doing a damn good job is Tristan McCullum with the interception on the wheel route. We switch stick out there, switch stick off, put him in the right spot, and he comes up with a big-time interception once again. The defense is actually firing in all cylinders at the moment. The coverage, at least. Again, the pressure still isn't there. He's just throwing pretty reckless passes regardless. You know, regardless of there being no pressure. So imagine what we could do if we did have a little bit of pressure. I'm still thinking about making a trade next week. I'll have to think about it. TJ Watt is... TJ Watt, I mean, he got a really good first step there and then slowed up, didn't actually get the pressure. So maybe I could have made a little bit more of that in that situation with Drake May, but he doesn't have the juking threshold, which hurts. Oh my God, he almost got me right there with the switch, but he does it, and Diggs makes a couple guys miss. Nice run right there from the vet. Let's go bubble here with his user in the gap. As long as we get blocks on the outside, should have an opportunity to make number 22 miss, and just bad stick for me right there. That's completely my fault. Profile here, man. Coverage, and I throw right into coverage. Wow, that was honestly just a panic read, and thankfully for me, his user wasn't in the right spot. Not only do we get away with it, but we actually end up catching it and get yards out of it, which is, I mean, pretty lucky. I'm going to lob this over top of his user. His user, I mean, he had the right idea on that drive a couple times. That was probably our ugliest drive so far, by far. He almost had me on the drag earlier, just didn't take the right angle. Then he wasn't in the right spot on the drag to Hunter Henry where we broke the tackle and turned it upfield. And then right there, he had a good switch stick because he saw that post was gonna win. So I already made the decision that I was gonna throw it before that. And then I saw him switch stick. I decided to lob it or, you know, put it over top of his user there. And if he has a better step there, instead of down, it goes up, or even just laterally, he probably picks that off with Ramsey, who's, I want to say 94 speed still or something like that in this game, which is crazy to say. I mean, abilities galore as well, probably his pick artist. He's tall, so you can't really get too much over top of him unless you have a taller receiver, which Diggs obviously isn't. So, yeah, he easily should have had me right there with a nice play, and unfortunately for him, he just doesn't. McCollum almost comes up with another one right there. That switch stick is gnarly into that right flat, and that's one thing I'll say about this guy's offense as well. everything is being thrown to the right side of the field. He has thrown to the left side of the field maybe twice at most all game. So it's just making it so easy defensively just to only have to switch stick to one side of the field. Even right there, that guy's going right to left, so I can kind of track him in my eyes. Now, that was actually a good read right there. You know, maybe we can go back and switch stick to Gonzo if we see that route develop later in this drive on a different play, but it's making everything easy at the moment. Gonzo, nice coverage. Tried to click onto him to see if we could jump it again with that pick artist ability, but we miss. I don't know who we actually ended up clicking onto. Still a nice KO there. And I want to get more stops, man. I want to beat the brakes off of somebody, especially somebody who's currently undefeated, and get a quality win. Schooler, we take a great angle right there, and maybe I'm just a step behind, but no animation's a little bit surprising. I feel like that easily could have been a pick six as well. It's been a long time since I've just beaten the brakes off of somebody, bro. Even in just normal, mud head-to-head games, with how short those games are, 4-minute quarters, 40-second play clock. Oh, wow. Right down to the corner route to Metcalf. Those games are so short. So even when I play a bot, bro, and the way this game plays and how easy offense is, dude, like, I play hell games with everybody. This is the first time in a long time I really feel like I put hands and feet on somebody. Although I will say against the Raiders in week 1, that game was a little bit more competitive than this, but we still won by quite a bit. So I don't know. I mean, we've had a pretty good season so far. Obviously we lost to the Dolphins last week. One of the best rosters in the game, no doubt about it. People were getting on my case. They're like, well, you said week 1 the Raiders were one of the best teams, and then week 2 you said the Dolphins were one of the best teams. Yeah. The Raiders are an awesome team in Madden, easily the most underrated team in the game. And the Dolphins are arguably the best team in the game with how much speed they have. Yes, they have Tua, who sucks, but he doesn't suck that bad in Madden. I mean, he hits all the throws he needs to hit, right? He just simply isn't that fast, so you can't roll around like he's Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. But even then, he's, still at least 80 speed. Like, he can still run. Contains don't work in this game. So the Dolphins are a great team in Madden. Just wheels for days. The only other team I think is better is probably the Ravens. I mean, there's a lot of teams in that conversation, up towards the top. I think the Ravens are probably the best. I'm sure the Bills are really good. I'm sure the Chiefs are really good. The Bengals with Chase and Burrow maybe, but I haven't really played too much reg, so you guys might know a little bit better than me. But the Dolphins are definitely legit, and so are the Raiders. Post open. Thankfully, it wasn't picked, because if Thornhill actually did get to that, that might have gone the other way. I was looking for a shot there, deep, late developing post to Diggs, left corner of the end zone. It was there 100%. But, again, this Steelers defensive line, which hasn't really played that well this game. Maybe I won't trade Gonzo for defensive line abilities if this is the pressure my opponent is getting versus one of the worst offensive lines in Madden. I can't really say about real life. Nice little pass lead down right there. Probably a risky pass, not even worth throwing at this point in the game, but in real life, the offensive line has been great. The 2 rookies on the left side, the vets at center and right tackle, Alwinu, I guess you would consider a vet at this point as well. I'm going to hit Booty on the in route here. Throwing behind, and then it bounces right to the former Patriots, Jabril Peppers. Wow, that was pretty unfortunate. We're still up 17, though, so this shouldn't get away from us, hopefully. That's not going to help with Drake May's MVP case, though. I mean, throwing 2 picks this game, obviously the first one was completely my fault right there. I like the effort. I mean, we had the in route and really only the in route. I mean, that's kind of a... I didn't pass commit. That's a pretty surprising call. Down 17 with 4 minutes left. You run inside zone, but shit, it worked. I guess I can't judge it too much. All right, onside kick attempt here. I haven't let up one all year, so hopefully I didn't just jinx it. He kicked it terribly. That's gonna be a flag right there. Thankfully, make sure we accept this. That was the worst. My onside kicks are pitiful, but that was the worst one I think I've ever seen. Let's go QB zone here. First man coverage, Drake May. He doesn't accelerate very quickly. He doesn't meet the juking thresholds, so he doesn't get the speed boost and the jukes in the pocket or out of the pocket. But, hey, you get him in open space. He's 89 speed. He can get away from people and keep distance. He's not really going to create a lot of distance, especially if defenders are in the run lane. But if we block like that, and again, he hits the open field, he's not getting caught. Out of rushing touchdown. to the stats. Beautiful play right there. Really nice call as well to the wide side of the field to take a 3-possession lead once again. Let's play a little bit better defensive drive. Don't give up an inside zone for 75 yards. And as long as we make him work here, this should be in the end of the game, regardless of whether he scores or doesn't. Gonzo, let's go, baby. Make a play. I think that's his first good play for us all season long now. Somehow Roman Wilson did have a step there, but Gonzo, 96 speed. He's got the recovery speed. He's got the pick artist to go up and get that as well. So really nice play by him, saving a potential touchdown. And I'm going to look here to Henderson. Honestly, a pretty misplaced pass. I tried to lob it over top of him. Henderson with his 8th catch for 151 yards. I tried to put that over top of him. I kind of messed up the pass lead. I don't think I really did. Maybe Drake May just kind of missed right there, but he throws it back shoulder. Kurt Benkert back shoulder instead of just simply leading him to open space. I probably could have lobbed it better, but let's throw this away right here. I do want to chew. I am chewing clock, but like I probably should just run at this point. End the game. We are trying to get those stat boosts. I will say we did, because we did, score at will the last 2 weeks. We did get the dev game with Booty. So as long as we continue getting those, like, our team might not look bad come playoffs. Now, a couple of you guys did tell me that dev games are really rare. So I mean, we got one early. Maybe superstar dev games are really rare, but also that speed upgrades are almost impossible to get as well, which is not good news. I did say I loved those last year's speed upgrades. Like, they're literally one of the most exciting parts about CFM. So to hear that they're not common this year, if they even happen at all, is pretty depressing, pretty disappointing. Hopefully whoever said that to me is wrong, though. Nice switch stick. Alex Austin right through his hands. Wow. Oh, we got robbed of another great defensive play, man. We've had an abundance of them so far this game, and just simply flat out robbed right there. That was a beautiful little switch up to the outside quarter. Come down with Austin again, just right through his hands. Ouch. Double coverage, Alex Austin. Again, he's been getting picked on this game, but he's held his own. Kyle Duggar, I believe, his 2nd interception of the game. Let's go ahead, run this one out, boys. I do want to score a lot, maybe run up the score a little bit, but in this situation, I think I'd be a bad sport if I continued to pass every single play. Let's go QB zone here. I mean, the look is great again. Drake May fighting. Drake May fighting, baby. Come on, pick up an 8. I mean, we just got the numbers again here to the left. Cut it inside. Nowhere to go. All right, let's go ahead. Just really put this one away, boys. No reason to get cute. I don't know if there's... Some of you guys are telling me that, like, I should be changing my practice effort, like, practicing out pads or something like that. That way, I don't get my players worn and torn or fatigued. Is that, like, actually a thing in franchise I should be worried about? I don't even know what our league settings are. I'm not even the commissioner. I have somebody else running it for me. Shout out to this guy named Jay. He's been doing a great job so far. So shout out to him. But another great win right there after a tough loss last week. We're 2-1 here, boys. We take down the undefeated Steelers. Great defense that game. Great coverage in the secondary. We got to play a little bit cleaner on offense, though. Defense is not going to make that many plays every game. We got to limit the turnovers, the picks, the fumbles the last couple of games. If we clean it up, we play coverage like we did right there, despite a lack of a pass rush, I think we can continue to string wins together. Let's go on a little win streak here, boys. I think, do we play the Bills next week, or is that the week after? I'm honestly not entirely sure, but that Bills game is right around the corner. It's either this week or next week. I'm looking forward to that one, but we definitely don't want to overlook our next week opponent if the Bills game isn't okay. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Good game.